Hola, malas. It's MJ. Hey, Gemini. Had that little moment of distractor energy. It's really, really great to be here with you guys. I'm MJ. I'm the host of Ultra Love TV and the founder of Ultra Love. It's an online lifestyle brand dedicated to sustainability, spirituality, and freedom, my lovers. That's my book. It's called The Fearless Life Guide. You can buy it from me or you can buy it from Amazon. Uh, Quite a few of you are radical pioneers that aren't really into supporting corporate greed and all of that. So if you're wanting to purchase direct from me, that's cool. I have about 4 books left, to be honest. So it's about that time that I'm going to be ordering some more. But yeah, feel free to reach out. You can also get it on Audible and Kindle if that suits you better. I have a series of online courses called Be the Change Online Courses. Again, all based in how I've been guided to live my life and co-created with a woman named Katie Finch, who's your lead in the sustainability piece, the zero waste course. I'll be your lead in the Spirituality Simplified, also Vegan Love, and Unplug for Freedom. I've been unplugged from mainstream media for over 10 years, and I've done a lot of research and study about the psychological impact that TV and media has on our psyche, and thus our behavioral patterns. And I had spiritual awakenings 20 years ago. I've been vegan vegetarian for over 25 years, and I had spiritual awakenings almost 20 years ago. And then now you're meeting me after having some profound transformational and healing experiences and learning about quantum physics, ultimately learning about a deeper truth of how we actually live here and create here as a species, as a being, as sentience, and the truth of my own desire to emancipate ourselves and to become free, which is totally doable. It's just so much more intense, possibly, than our kind of propagated 3D reality and quick fix culture, and that's and it's such a head fuckery and emotional depth, profundity. Hence why I think more and more of us are sharing the spiritual awakening journey, because it's so intense. And often in the like false love light, we're all meant to think like spirituality is this like, let's just meditate and be calm all the time. And actually it's super duper emotionally painful, because we're healing ancestral wounds. We're healing really deep karmic, and it's cellular, it's profound, it's like a DNA. As a species, this quantum leap is essentially shape-shifting us as a species. So Gemini, let me stop talking and not stuff and get to you guys. What are we? We're June. We're end of June. So you guys have just had your birthday. But another big thing for the Gemini folk is that we are in a North Node Gemini transit. And the nodes, the way I feel into them, are very, very relevant to our destiny. Certainly North Node has to do with an evolution of our collective destiny, and that is to do with our person as well. I personally have a North Node in Cancer and South Node in Capricorn, which the nodes have just transited those signs, and I'm really feeling the integrative aspects of those transits and feeling in, especially because I'm somebody who's very much connected to the collective consciousness or collective unconscious. So feeling into these nodal transits, I sense is a big part of our collective evolution. So Gemini, you guys are kind of like the stars for this next year and a bit. The way your nature is, the way you are able to think in many different perspectives, the way you're quite detached as well, like when it comes to just, your where you're going and your discernment, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what it is, blah blah. Like, you're quite detached, mentally speaking, and that's something that as a species we're going to be better. And the one really simple thing I could say, Gemini, is like, well, how I understand it is that as a people, and it's really relevant obviously to our mounting divisive energies on the planet, which are in a sense positive because we can see them more clearly. Divisive tactic keep us under the veil, you could say, right? Keeps us disempowered. So the beautiful thing about Gemini North Node is, collectively speaking, we're going to be a lot better at holding space for duality, but not giving into it. So being able to basically let one another be different, let one another have differences of opinions and not have to go to war over it, for example, or not having to get a divorce over it, or not completely, well, being divided, right? That's so many of us, certainly in this community. It's like all this love that we feel in our heart space, all this empathy and compassion, and yet realizing that people can talk about all these things but not actually align with them. Or, for example, in the collective paradigm shift right now, we can see that even very aware people, when shit gets tough, we start pointing fingers at who's to blame. And that's something I really, really encourage and talk about in my book. It's like we will never find peace if we're blaming everybody for how we feel, regardless of how warranted that might look, regardless of how many masses of people are jumping on a causal bandwagon. Recognize that that's still a divide and conquer tactic. So the more present we can be, the more in ownership and dominion we can be of our own personal vibrashe and then our personal reality, effectively, the better leaders, as in leading by example, that those of us who very earnestly are desiring to live in a more harmonious and compassionate world, that we can pioneer that in our own personal reality. And that in and of itself is the teaching of the new world, right? Or the new earth. So, Gemini, let me just pull a few cards for you guys. This is your reading for the month of July 2020. Wonderful to be here. I hope you guys had a fantastic birthday season. And we're formally moving into the Cancer energy. We're having a new moon eclipse, new moon solar eclipse in Cancer this weekend, aligning up with the summer solstice. So it is monumental times for sure. This laying to rest, it's like, I'm thinking, has it come up in every reading? I've only done Aries and Taurus, but I'm pretty sure it's come up in at least one. There is this laying to rest of conflict. Laying to rest, it's pretty monumental for sure. You are being empowered here, Gemini. You're laying to rest all the stuff that doesn't serve you, the people, maybe people you once partied with or people you felt an affiliation with, a connection with. That's all being laid to rest. You're letting it go. You're really choosing yourself. You're choosing your higher call. You're choosing your own divinity path. And this is really warranting you to dig into your inner reserves of strength. We have the strength card there in the reverse. So bearing in mind, as much as you might feel really inspired to start moving forward with these energies, you are going to have to dig in quite deep, Gemini, to find the strength that you need to really move forward and to cut the ties, basically. You are being asked to let go. You are being asked to drop the ties to your past, especially energetically. People that you had conflict with, people that challenged you but not in a positive way, and then people that maybe you hung out with socially that you just don't resonate with anymore. So you're finding some strength to kind of just be done with those people, places, things, circumstances, patterns, like, right, whatever however it manifests in your reality, and what in as far as what it looks like, that's what you're laying down. You're laying down low level stuff and empowering your emperor. So for a lot of you, Gemini, really this month, especially in the here now, because I'm reading it in the June solstice energy, but we're anticipating moving into the July energies. I mean, time doesn't exist in that regard anyway. So whenever you're getting this message, holla, FOU. But again, whomever finds these readings, and if it's resonating, it's resonating. It's the point being, Gemini, that you really are stepping into your power. Power in as far as Emperor is the ruler of his roost. He's the ruler of his universe. He really doesn't take orders from anybody, right? And he has all of the elements at his disposal. So Emperor and Empress are energies of a truly sovereign master. Someone who has, I want to say, you have to look at it in regard of they have integrated all of four elements of the kings, right? So this guy has risen by unifying King of Hearts, King of Spade, or you know what I mean, the elements. King of water, King of Cups, King of Pentacle, his finances, King of Fire, his passion and wizardry. And then I'm missing one, the sword. He's disciplined his mind. So this guy is ultimately coming into mastery, full mastery. And I want to say that for you, Gemini, this is part of the shift, especially with the North Node being in your sign. For a lot of you guys, you finally really coming into your power and feeling as such. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be really feeling more powerful, more aware, more recognized. So that's a really good sign there, Gemini. Thank you. That's really, really nice to see. Bearing in mind a bit of guidance here, finding your strength or digging in. You might have to do a bit of a digging in here. There's some energy coming through. There's another Three of Cups with regard to celebration, and yet it's coming up in the flip. I do feel like there's only maybe some of you that this might resonate with, but some of the cards are really saying, do temper the partying. If some of you guys are drinking a lot, or maybe people around you are drinking a lot, there's really the sense of like, just step into the light, basically. Like, don't be dragged into unconscious escapist partying mode. Because it's coming through, especially because there's conflict energy here. I feel like you've already been laying that to rest or distancing yourself from some of this energy, but it's coming through the cards. So whomever this is resonating with, just have the strength to step back. That's where the strength card wants you. Focus on your strength and your discipline versus pleasing these people that want you to go party with them. Simple. Yeah, because there again, this is an energy of a bit of a caution, is that these people that you're partying with don't see you in your truth. They don't see you as this divine, amazing, open-minded creator. They're projecting, like, what do you want to party? Hey, dude, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're just projecting stuff onto you, which I gather, especially if you're guided with the reading, that that's not serving you. The projections aren't serving you. So you're going to have to kind of be patient as you come into your own. Yeah. So and there, I get a sense for a lot of the Geminis, like, you don't like being alone. You don't like, right? And so it's like the patience piece, if you're distancing yourself from one circle of friends, the patience piece is that, don't worry, other people are going to arrive. They might not arrive like today, but they are coming in. You have to create them. You have to shape shift, i.e. find the sun, move in that direction, and then, whoa, there's a lot of sevens here, 777. I feel like this is essentially saying to me, like, this is a very dynamic time for you. It's a dynamic time for everybody. We're in an eclipse portal, and it's a monumental, this last 2.5 years, since about mid 2017, we had an eclipse season starting then. That was that big eclipse that went over across America and that's the beginning. That eclipse, that full solar eclipse that happened in America in 2017, is like the beginning of this next shift that we're all experiencing, right? It's all connected. It's not like, yeah. It's connected in timelessness as well when it comes to our galactic and cosmic wisdom. This is all part of it. So the 777 for some of you has to do with it's just saying major change, major transformation. Be patient, step away from people that don't serve you. Step away. This is the trigger point here, my friends, Gemini. These are people that cause you stress. Okay, maybe you one time had fun, maybe they're fun for whatever reasons, but ultimately these people stress you out, and that's not good. So, and mainly because as well, it's not who they are, it's not what they do, it's just to do with their unconsciousness. And so they project low level energy onto you, which the more you rise yourself up, the more it's like, oh, fuck-a-doodles, that's not working for me anymore. Like, these people, these energies, these modes of behavior aren't working for me. So you're being asked to choose yourself, right? You're being asked to choose the sun and move in that direction. And kind of get de-stressed a little bit. Come into your center, right? Come into your center. Find the strength. You are moving forward. The sun is on your back. You're in it now. Like, you're in that crux here. Just be willing to step away and give yourself some time to really connect. you know, connect to to more of the purity of what makes you feel good and find that strength. You're coming into your power now, Gemini, and I dare say, like, more of the collective, like people around you will be looking to you for your wisdom and your point of attraction, and you know, your ability to discern and see things from different angles. So empower that mental part of you, but more than that, I want to say empower the fullness of who you are, and empower the fullness of who you are here now, not who you've been ultimately. And this is another part of this shape-shifting energy that we're in. It's like all of us are moving through this energy of like letting go and moving forward, letting go, moving forward. So just be willing to keep shedding and discerning what's working and what isn't. And you know, you're headed straight for this beautiful new beginning, breakthrough, full mastery. A new life essentially is being born from within you, Gemini. So super, super powerful times. And yeah, if that resonates, feel free to book a private reading. Mega love for my Gemini lovers. You guys have a wonderful month of July, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our next live update. Peace out, my loves. Speak soon. Bye.